from the WHIO Broadcast Center in high definition, this is News Center 7.
I was scared. I didn't know what to think. I wasn't sure what was going on.
That is because he was in a barn when a possible tornado tore through his place today. Right now, more than 5,000 DP&L and Ohio Edison customers are in the dark because of the high winds. And in other parts of our area, water got so high, parts of roads disappeared. Good evening, I'm James Brown. Tonight, my co-anchor Kate Bartley is live where a possible tornado wiped out a barn today. She is in Clark County, leading our Team 7 weather coverage. And we have News Center 7's Sean Cudahy checking on flooding. Chief Meteorologist McCall Vrydags is tracking just how much more rain we can expect. I want to start with Kate first. She is right where the National Weather Service expects to look at that damage tomorrow. Kate?
James, the rain has finally stopped, but it feels considerably colder out here tonight than it did just a few hours ago. I'd like to start off by showing you a view of what's all around me from above. We have some Sky 7 video shot for us by photographer Eric Higginbotham. The people who live here tell me whatever it was that passed through here left a long trail of damage, and it moved south to north across their property. Clark County's emergency management director tells me they are letting the National Weather Service make the call here, and I'd like to walk you through some of what that team will be seeing when they get here in the morning. Certainly the worst of all this damage, you can see right behind me, is this barn that was destroyed. Just behind it, a little harder to make out in the dark, is another barn about the same size. Less damage there, but this family tells me it was actually picked up by the wind and moved 5 feet away from where it was. Barns destroyed, this metal desk flipped, a once nailed down trampoline flung hundreds of feet away. Take a look at all of it from Sky 7. Just as our News Center 7 crew was surveying the damage on Jackson Road.
I ripped the whole side of the big barn off back there too.
So was Hans Erickson, who was just a few feet away in his garage when the whole thing happened. I talked to him live on air during WHIO's 5:30 newscast.
I didn't know whether to run for cover or run out. I didn't know what to do.
All 80 young pigs in the back part of this barn survived, but Erickson doesn't yet know the fate of this truck he just bought or how he's going to clean all this up. As the rain continues, we found plenty of other damage, like this siding lofted high into a tree. Crews worked to repair poles down on several roads around Pitchin.
Obviously, the wind picked up really quick, and then it went away just as quick as it started.
Andrew Acton had 2 trees fall on his property, and he'll get to work Friday, just like the National Weather Service, who will figure out if all this really was caused by a tornado. And this is ground zero. This is where the National Weather Service will start tomorrow. Not only will they be looking into determining whether or not this was a tornado that passed through the Pitchin area, they'll look at how strong the winds were here. Chief Meteorologist McCall Vrydags was looking at live Doppler 7 radar as that passed through this afternoon. She's next in our team coverage, explaining the way it was spotted on radar. McCall?
Well, Kate, it was the wind speeds and the damage that I just saw in your live shot that is having me think that this tornado was likely a high EF0 to a potentially EF1 tornado. And that's because it looks as though winds were at least over 65 miles an hour and that we had that light to moderate damage caused by this tornado as it came through. As National Weather Service mentioned, it was likely a tornado based on debris signatures on radar, velocity, and as well as viewer images coming out across the area. Now, this is velocity. I wanted to show you this because this is an indication of rotating winds. You can see the winds moving away, then you get the deeper reds here and what looks a little bit more like pink. Those are the winds moving towards, and you get those very close to one another, and that is a prime example of what a tornado may look like when you're looking at velocity scans. Now, where that debris is was just to the northeast of the Pitchin area, but outside of the severe weather impacts, we were dealing with a lot of flooding throughout the area, and we're going to continue to deal with that into Friday. We've had some record-breaking rainfall, and we're going to continue to talk about that coming up in my full forecast. For now, though, I'm going to send it back to you, Kate.
As McCall said, it was not just the winds today causing problems. The rain caused plenty of issues as well. In fact, many areas tonight are still dealing with floods. I want to continue our Team 7 weather coverage right now with News Center 7's Sean Cudahy. He is live for us on State Route 202 in Miami County, where a driver hydroplaned and crashed into high waters. Sean?
Here at the intersection of Route 202 and 571, we were actually trying to get to the scene of that accident, but we've run into road closed barriers, and that's because there's high water between right here and the scene of the crash. We do have a picture in from an Eyewitness 7 reporter we want to show you right now, though. Now, this crash came in reported just before 8 o'clock this evening, right here at about 3 miles from where I am at 202 and Eberts Road here in Miami County. This is southern Miami County. We're told the driver overturned in high water and was taken to Upper Valley Medical Center and then to Miami Valley Hospital. We're told that driver is in critical condition at this point. Back out here live, though, high water not just causing that crash, but a number of problems across the region. Obviously, we've got a road closed right here, many across the region, and a number of people, many people across the region dealing with problems from the water tonight.
Well, some chose to chance it and drive right through the water. Others found another route.
No, I'm going to turn around.
Flooding closed a number of roads in the Miami Valley. At 6, I was live here along Canal Road on the Miami-Montgomery County line. That's where water rushed across the pavement in several places, leaving at least one car stranded.
It gets debris in these holes.
Then there's problems like the one Kelvin Lowe is dealing with just outside his home on Kentwood Road in Dayton.
This floods out every time you have a hard rain. It floods like this.
Lowe told me he's asked the city of Dayton to come up with a fix to this problem many times.
Everybody's water comes down here. There's nowhere for it to go.
Twice, he says his basement is flooded, both times to the tune of $4,000 in damage. News Center 7 talked with Lowe last year, and he told me the city made a trip to his street after our story, as he says they have a number of times.
They'll come and vacuum it up.
But it still ends up looking like this after a big rainstorm.
This is their street. I want them to come out here and fix the problem so I won't have this problem every time it rains.
With Storm Center 7 eyeing a major cool down over the next few hours, Lowe says this problem could lead to another one.
It's going to get down in the 20s in the morning. So if I try to come out this driveway, it's going to be all ice.
Now, I did reach out to the city of Dayton looking for more information on this problem, whether there's a plan to fix it. It was after hours when I contacted city leaders, so when I hear back from them, I'll let you know. But I can tell you, compared to when we were out here at 6 o'clock, despite the rain and the wind, it was pretty warm, pretty pleasant temperatures out there. And as that temperature has dropped tonight, it is a lot colder to be out here, especially with these gusts of wind. Live in Miami County, Sean Cudahy, News Center 7.
Thank you, Sean. Weather spotters across the Miami Valley have been keeping their eyes and ears on conditions today. These trained spotters use ham radios to communicate with each other and with emergency help that can be counties away. They can explain what they're seeing and how quickly severe weather often moves in.
They have been through training, so they know what to go to and what to stay away from. So when they're out, they're just an extra set of eyes.
These spotters work with emergency management agencies to find out which areas are hit the hardest, and that is how they know where to send help. Right now, parts of the Miami Valley are under flood and flash flood watches. That means, as you saw Sean talking about, roads can quickly wind up submerged. Today, News Center 7 caught up with people driving through high water here in Tip City. Some drivers said they thought they could make it, while others turned around. Police say if you come to high water, you should always make that choice to turn around. In fact, drivers can get tickets if they ignore a road closed sign. I'm going to stay out here in Clark County. I'll be collecting more information, kind of making a path of what this possible tornado did as it passed through this area near Pitchin. I'll have that for you in about 10 minutes. In the meantime, I want to remind you can always download our free WHIO weather app. It has more than 100 watches and warnings for where you live and work, so you can track any weather moving through your area at any time. For now, live in Clark County, Kate Bartley, News Center 7.